Are you ready, ready?
Welcome to week 6 of the Boom Room, where we're starting to get a little bit of clarity. Let's take a look at what happened. First up is the North versus Machiavellians. The North, looking to put an end to his 3-game losing streak, came out firing. Led by the Ravens defense, DK Metcalf, and also solid games from Breeze, Henry, and Andrews, he put up a solid 163. Mac was game, but not having his top 2 wide receivers finally caught up to him this week. Nice win by the North, and we still think Mac gonna be a tough out though. On to Arizona Ron versus Jabroneez. In the most competitive game of the week, these two teams don't fantasy like each other. Emmanuel Sanders tried to steal this game for Jabroneez, but Stephon Diggs wouldn't allow that to happen. Arizona Ron, who was without his quarterback and top running back, to get a win like this is very impressive. He won this game by less than 5 yards. Man, it's sweet. After the game, there was some pushing back and forth from both teams, and you can clearly hear Jabroneez yell to Arizona Ron, "Y'all still ain't shit. I see y'all in the playoffs. If you get there." On to the Legends versus Negro. Negro looking for that elusive victory against the Legends, and it looked like it would finally happen as the Legends laid a complete egg, scoring only 126. However, Negro lost 2 players, including MVP candidate Dak Prescott, and that sealed his fate. The Legends caught a much-needed break, and Negro, it's time to go fishing. Now on to G5 versus Bread Inc. Bread Inc. had a chance to gain some separation in his division with a win. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. Bread Inc. only scored 108 points. G5 would happily take that, led by Patrick Mahomes, and surprisingly, Marquise Brown and DJ Moore made an appearance. G5 cruised to a 42-point victory. Now on to the Champs versus Whooping That Ass. Whooping That Ass with the most impressive victory of the season so far. To say Whooping That Ass played their A game was an understatement, getting at least 20 points from 5 different players. The Champs kept coming though, but once Dalvin Cook went down, that sealed their fate. And the winning streak ends at 9. With this victory, Whooping That Ass has sent a message to the league. He's back. Now on to the game of the week. Kajinos, higher power. Kajinos had a chance to tie TNT for the league's best record with a victory, and they did just that. But they didn't win this game as much as the higher power lost it. This is 3 straight weeks of duds from the higher power. Juju has been a huge disappointment so far. If not for Deshaun Watson sighting, the higher power would have not cracked a beam. He's in the grave. Welcome back to the Boom Room, where we have our second in-house guest. An owner who needs no introduction. Let's just say 4-time champion. Recently won it 2 years ago. And he's back to put the league on notice. Without further ado, the first guest ever at the Boom Room, Jabroneez.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Glad to be here.
Oh man, I'm happy to see you, man. Let's get right to it. 2-part question. Coming out of the draft, how did you like your team?
Coming out the draft, I like my team. I think I did a good job. You know, I think I do my best in the late rounds. I get a lot of nice pieces, a lot of nice trade pieces, and you see, by now I already made my first move.
I'm glad you said that because that's where I was going with the second part. What was behind that? Was it something about your team you didn't like, or was it just too good of a deal to pass up? Talk me through that.
For me, like I said, I like my team. I like my draft, but it's part of being a champion. You know, and a consistent competitor. You're always looking to make your team better. So I'm always, seeing where I can, fit in a trade here or there, seeing, who's susceptible. out of all the owners, and I thought, with that trade, I could make my team better, and I had pieces to give away.
Let me ask you this: did you hear the whispers? And if so, did that play a part in this trade where there were some whispers that, the quarterback situation for you was a little iffy?
I mean, of course, I heard the whispers. I knew making this trade would bring that up, and some people may say, "Oh, he did it because of the rumors he heard." But I mean, it had nothing to do with the critiques that I got about Breeze, who's in my Hall of Fame, and he's a legend with me. I think he's the highest scoring fantasy quarterback in history. That's just, I don't know if that's true or not, but I know he's up there. But I just, like I said, Lamar Jackson's a better player. I saw a place where I can improve my team. I moved some players, some flex players that I really don't use per se. And no, I think Breeze is still a top 10 quarterback, and he'll be good for the North.
Let me ask you this: you got a big game coming up this week with El Cajinos. They knocked you off the first go around. Is this a must win if you're going to win a division?
No. Oh, if I'm going to win a division, probably so. But that's not really what I go for every year. I mean, it would be nice to get that, but I'm just looking to have the best possible team at the end of the season, and make the playoffs and make my run like I usually do.
Talk to me. How tough a loss was that this past week? Not only losing the way you did, but knowing he got you without Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones.
It was tough, man. Me and Kev was watching the game. I'm like, not one field, like 6 touchdowns, not one field goal. You got to be shitting me. But it was a tough loss, but it was a fun game, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the competition, and we just gonna move on to the next game.
Is your division right now good enough to get 3 teams in the playoffs?
I think so.
Let me ask you this: if you only can get 2, and I know you would say that you would be one of the 2, does Ryan get it or Kev? Which one of those 2 get in with you?
I would have to say Ron's got a tough team, but I have to say Kev. He's got the 2-game lead right now. I think he's sitting pretty nice. He's got 2 of the best fantasy players, so I would Kev.
Okay. Well, listen. Before I turn the floor over to you, get off the chest whatever you need. We have a segment here that we do every week. So since you're here, I'm gonna turn it over to you. It's called Concerned, Very Concerned. So let me know one team you're concerned about, and let me know another team that you're very concerned about.
I'm trying to think here. So, we all know the obvious choice. Like everyone says it, the obvious choice would be, Selfast.
Well, he's dead. So let's get
so
that.
yeah, we're not. I don't even want to go there. I want to, try to make it a little tougher choice. I would say I would be concerned about Tim. He's still got a hell of a team after losing Saquon and a couple. I think Nick Chubb is out for a few weeks too, but I don't think he's going to be able to overcome that. And then Matt Ryan's been real inconsistent this year, so he's lost Saquon, and now she's a little shaky at quarterback. So I'll be concerned about Tim.
Okay. And who would you be very concerned about?
Very concerned. Probably a man G5.
Okay.
Yeah. Out of the rest of the teams, besides Selfaz, who doesn't count, I would say he has the worst team. Le'Veon just went to the Chiefs, so that's gonna hurt his running back, and it could hurt possibly Mahomes. So, and the rest of his roster is so. Besides Mahomes, so I would say very concerned.
Let me ask you a fantasy football question concerning Le'Veon Bell. Does Le'Veon Bell going to Kansas City, does that hurt Kelsey and Tyreek Holmes also, you think? Does that lower their value a little bit?
I think I would have to say, I don't know, because they could just go off, but if I had to choose on which side, I would say it would hurt them slightly. Le'Veon taking some touches, he's basically a wide receiver also, so He's going to take touches from the running back and the receivers.
Okay. Well, listen, you're here. Anything you need to say to the league? Anything you want to get off your chest? The floor is yours.
Thank you. So I just want to go Mike Thomas and flex on him real quick. So work some things in the bag here. In the little baggie. So I hear a lot of stuff about my championships, the 4 that I got. And each year I gotta hear, we only really count one, you won in prehistoric league or things like that. But I just wanted to, give you guys a little look at what I get to go home to every night. I don't even think the first year we had trophies. So right now I got 1, I got 2. That's one of the originals.
I still got the dust on there.
Yeah, and then I've been winning for so long, like it's falling apart, man. It's falling apart. So that still count though. I just wanted to bring this out.
The trophy.
It just fell apart. I didn't drop it or nothing, man. I think that was one of the earlier models when the league wasn't as, had the productivity that it has now, man. It was a little.
I remember the first trophy was whack. I think I had got it. The team was like, we got to be better than this.
So I just wanted to bring that out, and I just wanted to make a statement here, and just make an argument as to why I'm the best Beat It FFL player in history, the greatest. Even when I say the best, I'll be the greatest. I'll take the Brady, the GOAT. Just wanted to bring the rings out too. I think I might do the interview like this for the rest of the time. So yeah, basically my argument is pretty evident. Guys want to discount the first 3 chips, but I just feel like you can't discount that. And then with me adding a championship after the fact, that just tilted me over. The other arguments is just my playoff record, 16-3. That's damn near impeccable. I feel like Mike Tyson in the playoffs, man. Style is impetuous, man. Defense impregnable. I'll eat your children, when it's playoff time. So 16-3 playoff record. No one can touch that. I know a lot of guys like to talk rah-rah about best record and having great regular seasons. But my team, we play for championships. And as you see, I have the most. And I just wanted to put that on the table, man. I'm the best Beat It FFL player in history. I'm the greatest.
Question.
And I've been to the chip 2 out of the last 3 years. And last year I was 1 win away from getting to the championship. So I'm currently one of the best players also.
Well, as the reigning champ, can I ask you a question? Is there anybody in particular that you're talking to? Like, is somebody like you feel as though, people saying might be a better Beat It Fantasy Football League player all time than you?
I mean, it's only one other person that somebody can possibly argue.
Okay.
Which is T. T's right there.
The higher power.
Yeah, the higher power. He's one of the best to ever do it. So I want to give him his respect. But just not necessarily towards T. I mean, this is just towards the league. I get a lot of slack from a lot of people.
Okay. Listen, I'll say this, man. Back to back, I'll see you next year. Listen, you just made the cardinal mistake that Dre made last year. He came in with all the stuff. Anybody seen him since then? I ain't smackboard. I ain't seen him since confetti came down. But you know what that is? That's motivation, man. Listen, you definitely earned the right to say what you just said. I don't know who can argue against it. The only argument is the first 3, was in a 10-team league. But other than that, it's a solid argument. So, and
since people like to make excuses, man, I had like a 5-year hiatus, man. I went off to school, You know, I felt like Seth when he was in Cabo or whatever. Man, that was for 5 years. I felt like Seth drafting in Cabo, but I don't like to say make excuses, but that was an excuse that sounded like, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
All right, one last question then, because you probably can answer this the best. Best team to never win a chip.
Lincoln Legends.
Our rating's gonna go up because he thinks he drives the show. Well, look, man. To switch gears a little bit, heard you making music now. Heard you got a video. I would like to make the world premiere right here in the Boom Room. Is that possible? You wanna introduce it?
All right, so I just did a collab with the headquarters. Did a live performance. A song called Jaded. I want to shout out T. Shout out Headquarters Media and All Bars Matter. And hope y'all enjoy it.
It's out of our control. It's not like he wants to kill. He just doesn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? It's that situation when we are living in a war zone. I feel like I can represent my generation so much because I honestly did not care whether I lived or died. But now I cannot die. I can't leave until this straight. I'm not suicidal. I can't go until y'all really know what time it is. And then after that, boom, it's all over. And we can see, how this fall. But that's how it is. And the reason being is because if I can't live free, if I can't live with the same respect as the next man, I don't want to be here. Because God has cursed me to see what life should be like.
So many situations they done made so complicated. Through the lies and deception, stories fabricated. Went along for the ride, now I'm feeling jaded. Now the cops get faded, kept on instigating. So we lost our patience, stepping on necks you breakers. Now it's time to pay up, no more doing favors. We want all the flavors, we want all the smoke. Not another quote, coming for their throats. Sickness from this racist residue is medical. Put themselves on a pedestal to lessen you. History they spinach for greens like it's vegetables. And we edibles. The way they arrange us, we built them at Cambridge without paying us wages. Forget about enslavement, just praise your white savior. Criticize all behavior, it's just human nature. After years of degradation, we need all our reparations. Matter of fact, separation to become our own nation like RZA. Let me hit up Jigga, see if he a real nigga. He can throw a couple figures like he throwing at them paintings. Whole history been tainted, so it's time for rearrangements. Thinking all black like the men in suits. Cause every day feel like a damn funeral. They wanna shoot and shoot, they want that proof, no proof. But we just gave them proof, and they still let them loose. Man, how they do that? Ooh. They did that to you too. That could be fucking you. It's time to make a move. It's time to making news. It's time to make a new. It's time to make a new. Man, this for all the fallen soldiers. This for Breonna Taylor. This for everybody that died from police brutality. Everybody in history.
Man, young boy got a little bit of skills right there, man. Jaded, huh? That was nice, man. I really liked it. Listen, all you owners, let's get honest feedback. I mean, that's the only way to get better. Tell us if you liked it. Tell us if you didn't like it. Be honest. We all big boys here. I'm proud of you, man. That takes a lot of heart. You know what I mean? Congratulations. I'm gonna support you as much as I can. Is there anything else before we let you get out of here?
I got one last proposal. I think we was talking about this in the kitchen the other day with Will. Worst two teams get booted, man. We bring back Will and Dame. Replace the worst two teams, man. I think that'll bring some juice to the league.
Well, then we'll lose Seth and one of his boys. Listen, I don't have a problem with that. I think it's a little too late to introduce that, but maybe next year we can have it where the worst team gotta sit out for a year. I like that. Oh man, but I ain't gonna get too jaded over here. Oh man, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it, man. Good luck the rest of the season, and here's hoping nobody else gets hurt for you.
Thank you.
Man, this was a fun episode to record. I really had a blast, man. Jaded, man. That was a good one. Now let's preview the game of the week. Next week is going to be G5. The North remembers. One of these teams to get over 500 and really put themselves in the thick of things. Can't wait to talk about it next week in the Boom Room.